This week, we're going to recap an amazing road trip and a really epically spectacular workshop.
Yeah.
Well, hey everybody, it's Hudson, my good buddy Rick LePage.
Howdy.
And we have just wrapped up a 2-week road trip, photography road trip that feels like I've been gone like 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. We've been Yellowstone,
And
Tetons, and then here in beautiful Moab.
With a really, really just incredible group of workshop people. I mean, it was a really talented, really fun, it felt like breaking up the family when we all had to take off this morning. So we're going to hit the road. We're going to head home, but we're going to get on the phone when we get home, and I'm going to run through some photos, and we're going to kind of just walk through some of the amazing stuff that we've seen in Yellowstone and the Tetons, this workshop, and call out some just epic imagery that our workshop participants created. And we've had just a ton of fun. I also want to just give Loom Cube a little shout out because we've been using their new panel lights to do some really soft, gentle, continuous light painting in some epic places.
Yeah, I know. Double arch.
And delicate arch.
Delicate and
it's
balanced rock too.
It's been incredible. And it also created kind of a camaraderie between everybody out there because everyone was working together with that same light and appreciating it. And we wound up making tons of friends. And it's just been great. So we'll talk about that stuff and more. All right, so back here in Portland, Oregon, in my studio, and I got Rick with me on the phone from LeGrand.
Hey, Hudson, how you doing?
Great. I guess I should really say we're like on Google Hangouts, but we're both looking at my desktop through the miracle of the internet, and we're going to kind of start out with some of the images from this just amazing group of workshop participants that we had in Moab, and just showcase how fun this workshop actually was. Yeah. So I'm here on one's Photo Raw 2020, and we're just going to kind of run through some images. We're starting out with our good buddy Aaron Shepard, and God, this was a beautiful cloud day out there. This is kind of near Sand Dune Arch, and I think one of the things that you get as you look through images from workshops, I mean, not only everybody in this workshop had such a great eye, and you could just see everybody was having so much fun taking pictures, but everybody's taking different pictures.
Yeah, that's one of the things that always I love about the workshops is we can get out there, have the tripods touching, and still everyone comes out with different shots. I mean, things like Milky Way and stuff like that, they're all going to kind of look similar.
Yeah.
But, when you're out in a place like this, there's just everybody is looking at these scenes in a completely different way. And it's one of my favorite parts of the workshop is looking through the previous day's images just to see, oh, I never saw that. Oh, I saw you over there.
Yeah. And, there are times where there's not enough time to maybe do some training that's been planned for the day because the light's too good and you're out shooting and we're more working in the field. But we never skip doing image critiques in these things and looking at everybody's images from the days prior, because I think that's where you just learn the most. So it's so fun to run through these. Here is, this is Turret Arch and a beautiful dawn. Another one. These are all Aaron's images. I didn't even mention it, but this is so fun. This is up at the top of this place called Park Avenue, and everybody's photographing this big canyon with lots of beautiful slick rock formations, and Aaron's eye is caught by the LaSalle Mountains and the clouds playing over him in the distance. I love that.
Yeah.
Morning at Turret Arch.
Beautiful. And
we've got Chet Steele here. Chet Steele joined the workshop late, actually replaced someone who had to drop out because of illness with his wife, my good friend Ron Abels, who's been in a number of workshops. And this was Chet's first workshop with us. And oh my gosh, Chet has such an amazing compositional eye.
I know he's only been shooting for a few years, and one of the things that just amazed me about his eye is, a lot of us, we look through the viewfinder when we try to frame things up. Chet could look at a scene just by eye and have a sense of where the great images were.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example of that, just sort of everyone's focused on delicate arch, and, he climbs up high enough to sort of get that bowl as the sun is going down.
Which really,
the light is just beautiful.
it gives you such a nice sense for what it's like to be up at Delicate Arch, capturing a panorama from up high looking back. I mean, Delicate Arch is kind of it's a little bit of a sketchy spot to be. It's wonderful, but I mean, it's a place to take care and not lose your footing.
Yeah. And this night was a magical night. I mean, this was the weather in Moab during the entire workshop was just wonderful. But this one of the night for Double Arch, I mean, it was just phenomenal.
Magical photography night for sure. And we stayed into Milky Way up here. You'll see images from that for sure. This is just a spectacular view. Actually, at Mesa Arch, there's just what seemed like 1,000 photographers photographing dawn at Mesa Arch, but step over to the right, and I love this view.
I think this one is Island in the Sky, though. Isn't this from the Rim Trail?
Nope. This is just just to the right of Delicate Arch. I actually spied this scene and called Chet over, and then I think I left before the light cracked through the cloud and hit this wall this way. Well, anyhow, but yeah, what a beautiful. Yeah, these are those formations that you see through the left side of Mesa Arch at dawn.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah. And there's a fun shot of me that he captured.
And nice job with the black and white too.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah. We're going to see more of Chet. I actually may involve Chet with assisting in some future workshops. Just a great guy and tremendous compositional talent. My goodness.
Yeah.
This is from our good buddy Craig Marks, and I love this is my friend Sandy. And I having a chat. It looks a bit like I'm lecturing her. I'm sure I'm not, but what a fun silhouette shot.
Yeah.
Here's from that night at the Milky Way at Delicate Arch. We actually used this little Lume Cube LED panel, their new panel light, and set it up. I don't know, how far away do you think it was, Rick?
Oh, it was, I don't know, 75 yards away?
Yeah,
more?
Literally, almost a football field away, set on the lowest 5% setting where the internal battery of the thing lasts for 6 hours, and it's the size of a normal cell phone, and it just is sitting over there, kind of putting this perfectly balanced light against Delicate Arch for the Milky Way shooting. I love this shot that Craig got of me. This demonstrates I'm always talking about how while I'm out scouting, I'm always, I'd rather before I get a tripod and camera and spend all the time to get in position, have a look at how something might look through my cell phone. Here's a good example.
Did you take the shot with that? I don't remember.
No, I looked at it and I found there just wasn't really a way to get that adorable little tree to stand up out of the background. It just got lost. I kind of worked it and I thought, no, it's just not going to work. And there's better things to photograph. And then I knew that those puddles were down below.
Right.
I love the blue water bottle against the sky. I mean, I like everything. This is in Double Arch as we went up there and sat through sunset and waited for Milky Way in Double Arch. And just this shot of other people enjoying the sunset through the arch. There's a number of these shots and everyone is different. I love it. You're going to see, but Craig got this water bottle moment. That's so cool.
I think that Double Arch was my favorite night of the workshop.
It was pretty great.
It was so warm and there were so many places you could go shoot.
It was fabulous. It was fabulous. Here, DC wins the award for doing something with that new moon set. I don't think any of the rest of us found a position to do anything but have it up above a hill or something. And he found these 2 trees to silhouette and get in focus with it. So this is DC Offit, one of my frequent workshop compadres, and
he's a great guy.
He is a great guy. Great guy.
I want to say about this image. I came walking up. I was sort of in the back, and I'm walking up back to the parking lot. This is right off the parking lot. And it was pretty darn windy.
Yeah.
And DC was actually gracious enough to lend me his tripod to get that. I'm like, DC, you're killing me with this.
Yeah.
But I'm just amazed. I had a hard time getting those trees to look sharp, and DC just did it. I mean, he's got the new A7R4 and
sharp, and I'm sure let's have a look here. Do we have the data? Well, it's a 2/5 of a second. It's not a very fast exposure. I was thinking it might be a bit faster. But he might
I did 2 seconds, and it's just a blur.
Yeah.
The moon is great, but
he ramped the ISO up a bit, shot it at just about a half a second, and he probably timed it for in between gusts. DC's crafty. I love this shot. This is a Jason Royal, Chet Steele, and I'm taking a shot at Chet. But this is up at the island in the sky. This DC and I walked and walked and walked and walked. We got the island in the sky, and we thought we'd walk out and make a sunstar and get the last light playing on the other side of that ridge. And we had to walk to get there, to get the view to the west where that was happening. And we basically got there right as the sun was rimming down. Each of us got a couple of shots, and then we walked all the way back. Beautiful composition, though. And here we are in Lower Park Avenue. We had a rainstorm the night before, and we were able to use those puddles and the slick rock at dawn, and it was just beautiful. Nice work there.
Yeah, I think there's a picture somewhere of everyone down, crouching around, getting those reflection pictures.
I think we're still going to see it. And then Jason Ward, this was the first workshop that Jason went on, and I'm actually gonna do some YouTube work with him together. He has a YouTube channel, and he's really, really good, fun guy from Kentucky. A great photographer, and just all around really nice guy. And all of these are kind of quick edits. I'm sure he's going to tone this down just a bit, but this showcases he did the vertical panorama of the Milky Way over lit delicate arch. And I think he included just the right amount of the rock around the arch. And it's such a cool look. And this shot of Rick and I is so darned cool.
This is one of my favorite images from the whole trip, is this one.
Yeah, I got Jason over in that position where you can look at turret arch through the window. And then I know he did a little work cloning some of the other workshop participants and other people that were there in the scene out to make it look like Rick and I are the only ones in the world. But I love the sense of scale that you get from this shot. It's just phenomenal. There's going to be a panorama he took that I showcase in a minute. Here's me on a windy moment at the island in the sky and Canyon Lands. There's the pano, and still Rick and I in there. This is a crop. He cropped this out. So there's the whole scene. Is that just crazy?
I love that.
It's such a beautiful.
Yeah, he was shooting panoramas the whole time we were there. That weekend.
I know. I didn't have time to do much panoramas, as I'm teaching and working with everybody. But Jason and Aaron too made up for it. Those two were panoing everything. With big high resolution cameras too. And now this is Phil Hutcherson, who did everybody did beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't say, one person did. Look, I love this shot of Mesa. It's after that moment where you get a sunstar, but then by hiding the sun and just getting all that delicate, this is, most people packed up and headed home, and he's still finding cool ways to use this light. I love that scene. This is one of the cooler shots at Delicate Arch. So different than anybody else. Just using those shadows and catching the sunstar over that rock. And that moment with the person walking through. It's just fabulous.
Yeah. Person makes that shot.
Yeah, and again,
another one.
The person makes the shot. Just so cool. That's in the window. Wow, so cool. Here's Balanced Rock. This is some work we did the last night of the workshop, and I actually am just wrapping up a little video on star stacking in this scene with, this is actually brake lights. We used loom cubes and went back because Phil took this actually before the workshop started. And we all went back and recreated this, but with the loom cubes, two different loom cube panels, lighting each of the Balanced Rock and the rock to the left just really lightly so that they would blend in with the Milky Way. And there's going to be, those images are going to be coming forth soon. That was the last night, so I don't have anybody's images of that. Here's the three gossips reflected in a pool that Sandy Wilson shot. Sandy's a long friend of mine who's been on a number of really cool workshops, including Michoacan last year for Day of the Dead. Really nice reflection there. And again, that scene out at Mesa Arch was just so spectacular. And it kept going and going and going because of the way the clouds played out in that scene. So really nice shot, Sandy. And again, another interpretation of that same kind of keyhole through Mesa Arch. I just love that warm glow that upper rock gets there.
Yeah, and so beautifully framed too.
It is.
These shots.
Really, really nice. I don't know, and I'm going to guess Sandy's going to agree with this along with Rick and I. I don't know that I'm going back to Mesa Arch at dawn again. It's just too much of a war zone with everybody trying to get in such a small position. And I don't, maybe in heavy snow and a really, really, super, super cold day when almost no one would go in the middle of winter, I'd consider it.
But it's one of those places where it's a really small area and it's not a big arch. Mm-hmm. And so you get so many people packed into this tiny bit, and, it's not the best of humanity in my experience.
No, and I actually really enjoy it there at sunset. I have some wonderful images here from sunset, and you can still work with this keyhole, and you get beautiful last light and then blue hour here, and if there's color, and there's almost no one there. That Sunstar shot, I think it's just there's just too much competition for too small a space, and it becomes not fun. There's and I think that you compare that to Delicate Arch, and Delicate Arch, you can handle hundreds of people being up there and everyone's joyful and enjoying it, and there's plenty of room, and it's a huge arch, and it's just it's one of those things. All right, and then we've got Scott Mills, who this was his first workshop ever, so super honored that he chose to come. And I remember that he had a problem the first day. He couldn't get the images that we'd taken from out in the field because he didn't have the right kind of card reader. We hooked that up and made sure he had a card reader the second day, but because he didn't have any shots, he ran out, used a different card, and shot some stuff around Moab the first night just to share. And how cool is that? When he got home, when most people are going to sleep or editing a few images to share the next day, he was like, oh, I got to have images, and he went running out and shot stuff around the streets.
He had some great shots from the street too.
He did. I love this black and white of the Sunstar coming over the ridge at Lower Park Avenue, and just the way those boulders are organized in there. It's just super cool. And this shot, I don't know, there's just something so kind of beautiful about the pose, the positioning, the whole thing. It just really works. Perfect
light.
The light. I think particularly just the right amount of detail in these shadows, but yet heavy black. It's just beautiful.
And doing it in black and white was a really smart move.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then this is he had the best of the big images. I mean, there a lot of people had great big, but the ones submitted, I love this one. That section looking down from Island in the Sky is just so crazy.
And he was on a slab that was, I mean, it wasn't sketchy, but he was definitely out above
on the edge.
You
can see the chunks of slab down below that you hope you were never on when they And here's a shot of us all working up at Delicate Arch when someone had their light turned on, and there were a number of other photographers who stayed because we had it all lit so nicely, and we had this great group. It was fun because there were a few people. I remember helping this one woman who had a Nikon D850 and wasn't sure how to get it set up, and she wasn't part of the workshop, but I sort of slipped over and helped her with a few settings to make sure she could get an image. And then as everyone left the scene, they were they're like, "Thank you guys for the light." It was just such a great night.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it was.
It really was. And here we've got Vivian Top from Manhattan. And this was her first kind of out there in the wild adventure photography workshop, and landscape work. She shoots more in the city with her iPhone, and she brought a Sony A6500 out, and just did some really fun stuff. And she was a hoot. We had a really good time with Vivian, and she's signed up to go with Cubo with us next year, which is awesome. Oh wait, let's see. There we go. And Vivian got the shot of all of us working in the puddles, and those beautiful reflections of dawn light on the rocks. Those came from these puddles. You have to just walk around them to see where they're reflecting. You can see I'm actually laying down. I got my hair in the puddle. My hair was all sopping wet on half of my face because I was so into what I was doing. But there's Aaron and Phil, and I'm taking a shot of Phil that you're going to see in my pictures, actually. So this is the setup, and you'll see the what I've got going. Phil's looking at me there. And here's Vivian's Milky Way. She was so excited. I know her friends and men are not going to believe her images.
Yeah.
And now we're going to jump in and showcase some of Rick's photos. This photo at Double Arch just blows my mind. It is like something from 2001 Space Odyssey or better. I mean, it's like this Kubrick-esque sci-fi. I love how the one figure silhouette, black against the sky, and the other one's highlighted white from the backlight against the rock. It's just great. It's just beautiful, Rick. I love it.
I just love that night.
I loved that night too. Rick's my official photographer. There, that's me on the edge a little bit there. The German couple.
This is German couple, and we were talking, and I'm looking at him, and I can see Delicate Arch in his sunglasses. It was so cool, and I just said, "Hey, do you mind if I take your picture?" He's like, "No."
So cool.
And then DC, because I wasn't thinking entirely clearly for whatever reason, DC was like, "Get their camera and take a picture of them for them." So they got a picture too, and they were a great couple.
Nice. Yeah, they were a great couple.
Yeah.
I love that. It's such a different view of Delicate Arch.
The blue hour there was just wonderful, and you can see window.
Yeah.
Right over there underneath.
Yeah.
Which is. Was it the next morning or a couple mornings later? We were standing out on that.
Might have been
platform outside that arch.
Might have been the next morning, actually.
Yeah.
We didn't sleep a lot on this trip. I love that great shot. This is at Delicate Arch too. Just love it.
Yeah. So this was when the sun goes down and everybody just starts packing up and leaving.
Yep. Except for us.
I just turned around and saw there was just this group of people just sort of heading back down the path.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Oh, and now we're transitioning. So we're going to leave Moab and the workshop behind, and we'll go kind of quick through these. We don't want to take too much time, but we're going to preview a little bit of what we're excited to share with folks next year when we do our Tetons and Yellowstone workshop together. So here's the Snake River flowing through towards the Grand Teton. These are Rick's images from Yellowstone and the Tetons, and God, we had some beautiful fall color and some lovely weather.
And the clouds were just amazing.
Clouds were just amazing. I love that. We went out in the aspens, and I love this shot. I love how they're all sort of reaching from the bottom left towards the top right. Just the texture of that is so cool. That was a beautiful starry night out over the Grand Tetons at Jackson Lake, right? Jackson Lake.
Yep. Yeah. We're trying to shoot the Milky Way, but it didn't quite work.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the Milky Way faintly in a couple shots I got, but it was, there was too many clouds and too much, just wasn't the right night for it. That's me with my big puffy. I'll be wearing that in Patagonia next week from the look of it. It's looking cold there.
A molten bar in one of the, as you can see, photographic site.
Yep, there's a number of people there.
Yeah. But
we had some beautiful fall color.
Yeah, it was the perfect time to be there.
It really, really was. Love it. Making coffee after shooting a pano with the Tetons
and time lapse.
And time lapse shooting. Oh yeah, I haven't even put that together yet. It's going to be so cool. I think the time lapse is running. Oh, I love that shot, Rick. Really, really nice shot. I'm gonna have to use that. There's El Jefe.
El Jefe's glamour shot.
Yeah, El Jefe is at Van Specialties right now, having the big roof rack with the ladder up the side put on, a 10-gallon road shower to clean gear after saltwater excursions or rinse yourself off in the desert dust, and
nice.
A sign inverter in the back and a heater. So that's exciting. There's that scene that we were photographing, and we've got time lapse of this too. I can't wait to put that together.
Yeah,
I need to get that.
Yeah, I haven't even started with mine yet.
Me either. Look at the clouds over the Grand. Oof. We really lucked out on this trip.
Yeah.
This is the Moose
Oxbow Bend.
Oxbow Bend. Yeah, Oxbow Bend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, Amazing.
Yeah, and this was the last morning. We were actually going out to shoot some video, and it was after all the photographers were gone. This was probably 8:30 in the morning. I mean, but it was just crazy how beautiful this place was.
Dave,
I mean, we could have spent a month there.
Oh yeah. No, I kind of feel that this is a place to do a workshop just about every year. I can't believe I haven't been there before. And I think it's literally a place where you could stop anywhere and make good images. I mean, and the wildlife is great, and it wouldn't matter the weather. Now we're up in Yellowstone. This is what is it? Lower Yellowstone. Lower Yellowstone Falls. I love this shot. You had the 400 on here, right? 100, 400.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I had a 300, and I was like jealous. I like my shot too. They're different. I'll show you my 300 shot in a minute. And there's a view up that canyon. Whew, beautiful. That's fun. I got yelled at a bit for being on the edge here by a ranger. He's like, "You're not supposed to be out on those rocks." And I said, "Well, there's no sign." And he says, "Well, it's common sense." And well, I've been climbing all over the world since I was a teenager, so common sense for one person is different than another. And he kind of gave me that. But
he did.
Yeah. He wasn't a bad.
I think he didn't want any of those the Japanese or the Chinese tourists to decide to do that too.
Out. Yeah,
so,
I get it.
Yeah,
and I told him. I said, I get it. You're just trying to keep everyone safe, but
Yeah.
Beautiful. There's the view down the canyon, and here's just that area leading out to the Lamar Valley. Whew, so beautiful. And the North Yellowstone, the bison. And when we went to Grand Prismatic Spring, there was so much wind and so much steam from the atmospheric conditions that you really couldn't photograph the colors in the spring very well.
And there were so many people,
were so many people too. And so what became fun was photographing the people in the mist. I mean, Rick, this one's just amazing. I love that shot. I love it. And then the patterns and textures on the surface.
Yeah.
So cool. There's Old Faithful. I have a shot of Rick creating this shot.
Yep.
How many people were at Old Faithful, you think?
Oh,
a lot. 700.
A lot. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was between 500 and 1,000 for sure.
Yeah.
But still, it was a lot of fun. I have to say.
It was.
Like
Oh, and it's beautiful. It went off pretty much right on time. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is our workshop crew in Moab. These are a few of my shots. I'll run through these and we'll wrap it. But we got Phil and Chet and Craig and Aaron and Vivian and Scott and DC, Rick, Jason and Sandy, myself. And what I love Sand Dune Arch. It's like, I don't know, there's some feeling to this place like you're in an Indiana Jones movie or something. I think a lot of people don't see it, but I just love spending time in there.
I got a great shot of Jason right where he's standing back there with his cowboy hat on.
So cool.
Yeah.
And here's kind of the full shot of Double Arch that night with the sunset. You've seen a lot of shots of the people standing in the rim of this. This is just a little different angle on it that actually Chet pointed out to me. Beautiful. And then we lit the inside of the arch for the Milky Way. And I haven't fully worked this image. I'll do a lot more noise reduction, but I just wanted to throw it in there to give a little sense of what we did with two little Lume Cube panels. We just lit the whole inside for our Milky Way night. That was an amazing night. That was really an amazing night. Here's that shot of Phil that I showed the setup for with the three gossips. This is the shot where I was very much on the edge to sort of show all the people that are out there photographing Delicate Arch at sunset, but kind of a fun shot.
And a lot of people out there just to enjoy the night.
Oh yeah, not everybody.
Yeah, I mean it was a fun atmosphere there.
Yeah, it's just a grand show, and it's wonderful to see all the people come out and enjoy it. I love this guy sitting up on the very top. And there's Chet doing his piano that had the bowl in it. Here's my shot of everybody. I had everybody hit the play button for the last image on their cameras just to kind of backlight their faces a little bit, and Milky Way. There's a fun shot of Jason as I got him set up there. This is just taken with my Google Pixel phone. My other phone was actually running time lapse, or my main camera was running time lapse. But that's that shot of where you photograph turret arch through the window. And you know, my shot where I actually have a time lapse of this. This is that shot where Jason found the tree. And now we're up in Yellowstone, and this is Rick with a huge bull elk. There's a cold, wet buffalo.
Yep.
And here's a rowdy crew heading into traffic.
Yep.
Stopping traffic. There's my 300 millimeter lens view of
Man, I love that shot.
Yeah,
I love that shot.
I like it too. I do like yours, that longer one with just the curtain on the left. Here's a big old bull elk.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo. I'm just going to run through fast. Oh, this mama had 2 baby bears. We saw a grizzly with a cub in the rain and the fog. There's not a very good photo. And we saw this mama with her baby grizzly, or a mama black bear with her 2 baby cubs. And I shot this with the new Nikon 500 f5.6 on my Nikon D500, so it's equivalent to 750 with a 1.4 teleconverter. So we're talking 1150 millimeter focal length, and this is, you know, about as best I could get. Well, look at how many people I was standing next to.
I was going to say, I mean, how did we know that there was something going on? Because there was a traffic jam getting there, and you could see all of these people just lined up, and there's more.
Oh yeah,
on the other side of the field was about as many people.
At least as many people. It was just crazy. Just a little piece of the
nice shot. Yeah,
the fall color and finding some order in the chaos. I haven't even. And here's, of course, you know, some more stuff at the Grand Prismatic Spring, and I do like this shot of this couple enjoying it. There's a little bit of the color there. Rick shooting Old Faithful. Rick shooting the Snake River. The road into the inner road in the Tetons, Mount Moran back there, the fall color. There's, you know, Mormon Row. We had nice light, didn't we? That was an amazing morning.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. That's it. So wow, what a fantastic workshop. So while you all watch this, I'm going to actually be leading another workshop in Patagonia with my good buddy David Archer, and I'm gone till about mid-November. So, you know, I'm probably going to be a little slower responding to questions and comments and stuff on the videos, but I'll try to do my best to kind of keep up when I get to moments where I have data. I'm really looking forward to this trip, and then I'm around for most of the rest of the year. So we're putting up workshops for 2020. Rick and I are gonna do a workshop to Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. It may actually be broken into 2 workshops that you could choose to participate in both, with a little break in the middle for travel. We're kind of working the details out on that. It'll be next fall, but that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And we're also running a workshop in Cuba towards the end of March, and we had so much demand and interest that we've opened up a second 5-day workshop. Well, it's more like you're going to go for 7 days, but I don't usually count travel days towards the total days. But we had a second workshop open up sort of beginning of April, so I'm going to put links to those up on the video description. I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in and liking and subscribing and sharing with your friends. It means a ton. And thanks so much, Rick. I had a ton of fun on this entire road trip, and the workshop was spectacular. I always have a blast with you, and I look forward to lots more of this stuff in the coming year.
I can't wait. It was a blast.
It really was. All right, thanks, man. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, take care.
Okay, see ya.